All right, I don't think I've ever done an eyeliner do's and don'ts before ever, but as I'm going into the mature skin route and as I'm teaching mature skin, there's so many things I've learned that are gonna be killer tips to create that more full eye, not making your eye look closed off, and not getting too carried away with the eyeliner. So it's 2021, I'm bringing you my tips for eyeliners. So when I was washing off my eye, I was gonna wash off both, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wash off one. And here's the theory and here's the why. Because the whole time I want you to see kind of the difference it makes for some of the key things that I point out versus this eye. So this is actually my eye that droops down more, and it has more excess skin, and then this eye, because this one I had to have little basal cell carcinoma removal, and they actually took out a huge chunk of my skin, and so this side doesn't have the effect that this side does. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through a couple tricks. I have some eyeliners here, but to be completely honest with you, I don't really use them anymore. I use just a fine tipped brush and an eyeshadow. I do know that there's people out there that can't use eyeshadows when they're doing their eyeliners, but because of contacts and stuff. But one thing that you can do is you can spray your brush with setting spray. And then with the setting spray, then you can dip it in there and it's gonna help all those flakes stay there. Also tap your brush before you start, not blow, but tap your brush before you start on your compact or something like that to get off any of the excess as well. So I have this Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliner that is just a fine tip pointed pencil that just stays nice and wet. I've had a couple of those in the past. I have a very inexpensive where I got a blue that this one's just LA Girl, super inexpensive. It's chalky, and so I don't fully like it for that unless I'm planning on blending it in, and then that makes a difference. I have this Marc Jacobs brush. This is a purple one. It's really fun. And I like this one because I can actually, I don't have to sharpen it. Sharpening it is the most horrendous thing in the world. This one's really good, but you have to sharpen it, it's a pain. But so I can actually go up and down with this Marc Jacobs one. This one, it's a little more expensive. I'll link it, but it slides on so easy. It stays on well. I really like it. So what I've done though is I kind of try and get, if you're gonna go the eyeliner route and you're not gonna use eyeshadows, I try and get pencils that I can utilize as a pop of color or as your basics. So these are good basic browns that I have. This one's a smoky quartz, and this one is essential brown. This one is a super stay liner from Wonder 2. I actually learned about this one from another YouTuber, Dominique, and I love it. I just hate that I have to sharpen it. And then once you start sharpening it more, it gets really jagged and then you cut up your eye and this and that. But if you are having issues with your eyes running, I know my mom does, this is a really good eyeliner for that if you just can't get your eyeliners to stay. Again though, when you're having to sharpen them all the time, they're gonna make things a little bigger. So I'm gonna teach you a big tip that can make things so much more simple for you. So if you're anything like me, this is how you used to do your eyeliner. Or how I used to do my eyeliner. I focused so heavily on eyeliner because I will be completely honest with you, I used to not wash my face at night, and because I thought that that's how I needed to be pretty. So I wouldn't wash my face at night. So I'd come on here and I'd come, this is with that liner. I wanted to show you, it kind of gets chalky and doesn't go on clean, but I would come across, all the way across, and I would just continue to go and then point it down and then come up. Okay, and so now I have this thick liner on, and then if I'm going underneath, I'm going to line the waterline like a lot of people do. Okay, so I'm coming underneath. I'm lining that waterline. all the way like that, and I gave it a little bit of a little swoop-de-loop, but the more older you get, the more saggy your eyes get. Now, I have this look. So if you really go to town with this, you can go in and you can smudge it out and create a liner with it, but this is the liner. Now, the one thing that I wanna focus on is where is your attention when you're looking at me? So I'm gonna cover up my face on this eye. Do you look at me or do you see the liner? Okay, do you look at me or do you see the liner? And then on this side, when you look at me, do you look at my whole face or are you honed in on something? So with this one, your eyes naturally go to that liner, and we want to achieve something that can give just a light effect to it. Now, will I be doing some events where I'm going to jazz up that liner a little bit more? Yes. But as an everyday makeup look, for an everyday eyeliner look, you want something that when people look at you, they're not staring at something overall. So this is one key thing that people do. But on top of that, if your line doesn't go as straight as you want, it's just gonna go thicker and thicker, wider and wider. So with this one, I'm gonna give you a shadowed, I'm gonna put the same exact eyeshadows on this side that I have on this side, and I'll come right back so that you can see how it fully looks. Okay, so I'm back. So you're like, wait, but you went to town with your mascara too. But isn't this what we tend to do? We go overboard with the liner, we go overboard with the mascara in our under eyes, and it just draws attention to that instead of what you really truly can have with that really natural eyeliner look. And that might be why you feel like you like some people's makeup and yours just isn't how you want it to be. So a couple of things to focus on. One, I'm gonna take this off and you're going to see what I did to this side. So this is a big don't with your eyeliner, right? Like, don't do it, game over, stop right now. If you're someone that even has hooded eyes, when you have hooded eyes and this is also thick and that excess skin is hanging over, so hooded eyes is just when that skin's hanging over, your eyeliner with your hooded eyes is going to make you look more drab, and it's actually gonna pull more attention to the hooded eyes because people are looking for things that are off. If you want to be able to kind of camouflage those hooded eyes, we're going as natural as possible with the eyeliner, and we're getting up out of what I call out of the hood. So you're getting up out of the actual, onto the upper eyelid to camouflage that excess skin. So I use the exact same colors here. I could go in with black, I could go in with brown, I did go in with the navy blue, but it just goes to show you, you want to make sure that your eyes look more full. And how we're gonna do that is, one, we're taking away the eyeliner, the thick, wide eyeliner. Two, we're not gonna focus on top of the eye and we're gonna focus into the lashes. And three, our mascara is also going to be used very minimally than before. When the other thing though, one thing I did do kind of that's more positive is I extended it out. A lot of times when we even go get our eyeliners tattooed, when you do an eyeliner tattoo, they just do it into that crease there, into that crease there, no wing. So it actually makes your eye look so small and so closed off. We want the eyes to look big. We want the eyes to look like they're just drawing in the souls of all the other people. Okay, that's what we want. So we're gonna achieve that right now. No more of this, only on that. Hold tight while I go and wash this crap off. All right, so the number one thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out with an eye primer. Now, if you have mature skin or if you're a beginner and you don't fully know this, there are a couple different eye primers that you can use, and I don't care what you use what you wish, but I like to keep on hand one like this and one like this, because this one, if I'm ever sick, I'm not dipping into a cleaner product. This one, I don't have to get my sick germs or anything in it, so I always like to have two on hand. But this one is tinted. So if you're someone where your eyelids have really changed a lot in color and they're getting purple or red or whatever, then this will make a difference for you. Now, in the post description below, I always write down the things that I use. So this is the NYX eye primer. I can give you the link to it if you ever, because you might not have a pen handy right now. You can do it. This is the Thank Me Later eye primer. And I also love Urban Decay's eye primer, and they have one for mature skin as well. But so I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna add this one because I had it on the other eye, and also I'm not feeling 100% well, if I'm being honest. And I'm gonna put that on my eye, and I'm gonna get it down onto the close here. So I'm doing this first, and really I'm getting it on the outer edge and all the way up to the brow. So there is my eye primer, and these really make a difference for stay power, like across the board. So when I said that I was gonna do my eyes really quickly, I really truly have 2 eyeshadow colors on my eyes. I did this type orange yellow one and this mauvish one. So this one's called Valencia and this one is called Lullaby. So those are the 2 colors on my eyes that I did. And I just went in with that one down there, that one. Oh my gosh, the Valencia down here, and then I did the Lullaby up here. But because this is an eyeliner tutorial, I'm gonna do my liner first so I can really show you what I do before those other colors come on. So I'm gonna take a brush and some setting spray, and I'm gonna go in with eyeshadow. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you what I would do if you can't do eyeshadows, what I would do if I'm using an actual liner instead of going up above the lid. So up above, or sorry, the eyelashes. Up above the eyelashes for me is a don't. So when you do your eyeliners, you don't want to put so much product above the lash line. You want to take it and put it within the lash line. So not even necessarily into the waterline, but into the lash line. And I use this phrase, I call it get in the jungle, because I like analogies. And when you get in the jungle, the trees are your little jungle. I always think of Dr. Seuss for some reason when I say this, but the trees are your lashes and you're getting in there and they'll be moving kind of back and forth. But this is allowing you to make that line look thicker, more fuller, your lashes look fuller, and filling in that empty space instead of going up over it. Because when you go up over it, it creates a separation between skin and eyelid, and it can make it just not look as full. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna go in with this Stila one and show you an example really quickly of what I do with this fine point. So how I would do this is I'm actually gonna curl my lashes first. So that will kind of give it a little more of a lift before I get going. So curl those lashes first. Okay, so lashes are now curled and we have a little more of a lift going on. Then I'm gonna take the liner and I'm truly gonna go back and forth, back and forth. We gotta zoom in tight right here. And we're gonna go back and forth into those lashes. Okay, on this outer edge, I don't wanna come down and bring it down like I bring it down, you know, what I would always do with this, because my lid is starting to droop down. The key is, I just filmed an eyebrow tutorial that already went live. The key is we want things to look lifted, right? So if I'm following this all the way down, this is gonna be coming down and drooping like that. But I wanna kind of build it up. So I take a little bit of liner right in here and I kind of build this up just a little bit. Not much, just a bit, because I don't want to droop it down with it as I go. So this is just filling in, and even if I were to do one of these, it's truly gonna be going into that jungle, filling in. So I'm not in the waterline, I'm in the lashes, and that's why you're seeing the lashes move so much. So now look at that. It just creates a super natural, they're filled in, they look beautiful, the lashes look beautiful. Then I would have my eyes already done, and then I'd go and put on my, my mascara. I was totally brain farting. So I'm gonna put those colors on my eyes really quickly since I just showed you that example. And I'll just show you quick what I do. So Valencia is that yellow orange one. And I'm just gonna take this, close my eye and look up to stretch out those excess skin, that excess wrinkles that my eye seems to get. So I'm looking down, but my head is tilted back, which is stretching out that excess skin. Come into the inner corner and fill it in. Then I'm gonna go in on the side angle of my brush, so I'm not dipping in fully, it's kind of at the side, and I'm taking this Lullaby color right here, and I'm just creating a really soft look. This is a look that's great for everyone. So eyeliner, eyeshadows, you can just make the most perfect, beautiful concoction for your eye, for your age level. And we always wanna look younger, more youthful with our liner anyways. So if we can get our eyeliner more natural and get just more of a very natural look, the better, okay? You wanna look younger with your eyeliner, the more natural, the better. All the way. I'm gonna clean that up just a bit. Okay, so now we have that. Now I'm going to take my brush. If you want to know the name of it, I'll list it below, and I'm just gonna do a couple sprays, and I like to just slide it up, any of the spray that gets down, so I get it on that brush nice and even. And then I'm gonna take a darker color of whichever I want my liner to be, tap it, and I'm gonna assess the situation first. Okay, so I look at it and I'm like, okay, where does this need to be? So this outer corner and up is usually where I start to create that lifted look. And those ones I'll come outside of the lash line just a titch if you look. Just a small smidge, okay? And then the rest, I'm gonna come into those lashes. So I'm literally just moving it back and forth, and it's creating such a thin, unstraight, like a very unnatural straight line to make it just look much more natural and full. And just in between, you'll see the lashes moving just in between that, and then right into this inner part. And now we have a fuller, more open eye. So the focus is now here, which extends my eye out, right? Instead of the focus being the whole eye with all that liner. So now when you look at me, you see the whole face. When before, your attention just went right to that eye. You see the whole face more and more. So my lashes are already curled. So now we're gonna put on mascara. So I go down close, but I don't wanna touch the eyelid, and then I wiggle up and down, or sorry, back and forth. My words today, holy cow. They're crazy. Okay, and then instead of focusing on the whole entire under lid with mascara, I'm coming to the outer edge. And I'm touching that up, and I'm only going like that, like one little push to the inner part, because we don't want to make that heavy. And now I have that eye completely finished with more of a natural eye look. Isn't that great? So to cap this up, I gave you some good do's and don'ts. You always want people to be gravitated to your eye, but they're gonna be gravitated to look in your eyes because everything is flowing so naturally within the face that they see your actual eye instead of seeing the liner. When we put something that's bold like that, a thick liner like that, that's why people love cat eyes so much, is when we put that thick, bold liner look, it makes it so that your eye is gravitated to look at that when we want people to look right into your eyes for a natural, everyday look. Totally understand if you've got an event going on, totally understand if you have something like a date night that you wanted to dress up for a little bit more. But for the everyday look, your eyeliner, you wanna make it nice and simple and to the point. So with your makeup, if you want a natural look, this is something that I highly recommend that you do. If you ever want to see more tutorials of things that I do, I'm always on Facebook and I'm always on Instagram, like all the time. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, I always go live over on Facebook. Tuesdays is for makeup, Thursdays is for hair. And then on Instagram, I'm there all the time, Jocelyn.McClellan. Facebook, my name is Fit Mission Makeup with Jocelyn McClellan. If you like these videos, feel like you can ring that bell, because when you ring the bell, it notifies you for when I put out more, which I do continually all the time. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, you're gonna get notified with that too. All right, that's it. I hope you like this do's and don'ts video for eyeliner. Take care, we'll see you next time.